What's going on, everybody? TripleCrown24 back doing a card show recap video. This one probably won't take too long. I did not buy too much. It was a little bit of a slower show, according to the dealers over at the Eastgate Mall, especially compared to the last two go-rounds. There was a lot of traffic there, but college football Saturday, Ohio State early kickoff right before first Bengals game of the year probably led to a lot of people staying in to watch the game rather than coming out to the card show. But I did come away with a few things, and I'll go ahead and show those off now. When digging into the value boxes, and came away with a few cards here. I found a box that had $2 to $5 cards in it, and the first card I saw was this one here. Well, at least the first card I saw that caught my interest. I went ahead and pulled this out. My friend Saul over at BDK in 721. He's doing the purple speckle set this year. I figured I would grab it. It's a numbered Scherzer, and for $3, I'm like, all right, it's numbered. It's a future Hall of Famer from Topps Chrome. I'll go ahead and grab it. If he needs it for his set, great. I'll send it to him. If not, well, I don't mind having it for that price. And looks like based on the checklist, he doesn't need that one. So this one will be staying in-house and going into the store at some point. Then an insert auto of Nick Prado. I do like getting these finest insert autos for cheap when I can, just because they're tougher pulls. Usually you're only going to get 1 or 2 insert autos in a case of finest, and given what the boxes sell for, I can get one for 1/100th the price of a box. I got to take a chance on it, especially with a guy who is a former top prospect in the Royal system. And the last card that I found with it, sure enough, was for my sets, and I was very excited to find this. I got to tell you, I missed the feeling of finding something that you're looking for specifically for your collection, because I haven't had that in probably about 2 years. And this was the first time I've been able to find one of these that was at a reasonable price. The only blue refractor that I can recall seeing was actually at the previous Eastgate show. It was a Devers, but the guy wanted like $20 for it. And I think Devers is a good player, but not quite $20 worth for his blue refractor. So this one, $3, absolutely. Anytime I can get one of these under $5, I can kind of consider it a win. And funny enough, that will go well with these two that also came in the mail. So these weren't at the show, but I wanted to show them off because these are two pretty big additions to the set, both monetary wise and also in terms of difficulty. You got Betts and Ohtani. I did win an auction for an Acuna tonight, and that is a huge weight off my shoulders building this set. The MVP buyback thing really does scare me. I don't know how many of those blues are going to make it out, and I'm starting to notice a lot of them are not getting listed anymore. There's definitely not as many that pop up every day, just generally speaking. And I can't tell you how many times I've lost out on an Ohtani or a Betts or an Acuna at auction. And once those go, I don't know if they're ever going to come back up to auction or if I buy it now. Rather be safe than sorry. Maybe I'm overpaying a little bit for them now, but I was able to get each of these. I think Ohtani was 105 and Betts was 62. Ohtani, kind of a foregone conclusion. He's going to be MVP. I would have to agree with that. And you're going to get $100 store credit at your LCS if you were to turn this one in based on what it's numbered to. Meaning it's pretty tough to find anything of his numbered from Topps Chrome under $100. So I kind of consider that a win to be able to get that one. But it's just nice to know that I'm not going to have to worry about the MVP buyback thing kind of messing with my set. That was one of the bigger concerns I have. Chasing down the top rookies, that's a bit more manageable. I can handle that. But set building with cards that are getting bought back by Topps might be a little bit more challenging, especially when there's only 150 of them. Little gift here from my friend Justin, who I made a big deal with later on in the show. More on that later, but cool little Barry Sanders relic card from Luminance. That'll go with my little Lions display, so thank you to him for that. And then the value box finds I had, these were bundled together with one of the first showcase cards that I'm going to show off here. Dollar box finds on the Keegan Murray Silver from the new Mosaic. I just thought it was cool, and I wanted to get one more to get an even 5 cards in my stack. Jason Dominguez, I know he just got diagnosed with a torn UCL, but numbered prism color for $1. Yep. And Ken Griffey Jr. refractor from Topps Chrome Platinum. I probably would have even grabbed that if it was the base, but it was a refractor, and I saw that. I'm like, yep, you're coming home with me. So I also found this one in the dealer's showcase. This is not something that I would normally buy, but I figured I would go ahead and take a little bit of a chance on it. Van Jefferson, this is the RPA that is kind of considered like the base RPA. If you wonder why people say that, the base card set in NT is numbered 1 through 100. See, this one here is 178, meaning the RPAs are kind of considered your base card in National Treasures for the rookies. That's why people like to call them the T word. Sorry, Eric, I'm going to say it, the true RPA. But that's usually how you can tell, is that they have a number kind of like this one. It'll be like 100 something or 200 something usually. That's why people call certain ones kind of like the true one, or that's how you can kind of determine what is the more sought after one in these types of products. Kind of applies for Immaculate and stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but Van Jefferson was on the Super Bowl winning Rams team, and without Cooper Kupp there, I kind of figured him and Tutu Atwell would probably split time as Stafford's top target for the Rams. They did win today when I'm recording this. Jefferson had like 4 catches for 24 yards, I think. Did not find the end zone. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it's a long season. Sure, at some point this season he'll probably have a big game. He's one of those home run threat type of receivers where Stafford might launch a deep ball his way, and I'm sure they will connect at some point, and I bet someone will jump on this. This is purely one of those that was, hey, for the price, based on what the product is and based on what the card is, go ahead and take a shot. Not the best player, but pretty cool card nonetheless. I don't usually get too many of these MT ones because I think that they are, I don't know, they're really way too risky for me. But the price I got that one at was a risk that I could much easier stomach. Moving to the showcases, I saw this Shane Baz printing plate sitting there for $5. Any printing plate from Panini or Topps, even Upper Deck, for $5. I'm usually picking it up no matter who it is, unless there's some huge extenuating circumstance. But I saw these 2 slabs here. Got a green scope Leroy Kelly in a grade 8 out of 75. And then how about this one? A JOK Blue Ice. Not the year Blue Ice I'm really looking for my sets, but still, I do love the Blue Ice. And I'll pick them up from 21 and 22 as well. 2019 if I can find them, but only keeping the 2020s for the set. But anytime I find one of these were both less than the cost to get them graded. And I like having cheap prism color slabs if they're numbered. Usually they attract a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who like having them in their collection. If the Lions had maybe some more old school players, or some of the Calvin Johnson ones weren't so crazy, I would be more tempted to add those into my collection. But the color scheme during his playing days wasn't as elaborate. They didn't have Blue Ice, unfortunately for him. Still waiting for him to make his return to Prism so I can get my Megatron Blue Ice, because that is a card I would definitely want. 2 more left to show off here. This was a trade. I ended up giving up my Ellie De La Cruz Spotlight Aqua Refractor from this year's Bowman and some cash. I like Ellie, but I figured it was time to move on. Kind of seen a little bit of a dip in his stuff, and naturally that happens. People are excited after a call up, and then he's got to make his adjustments, and the price kind of goes up and down from there. But I'll take a guy who's already proven himself from an insert set that is my favorite of the 90s. 98 Finest Jeter the Man. These are numbered out of 500. Also have a refractor version that is numbered out of 75. The dealer I've made many deals with before. This one, unfortunately, you can kind of see there, it has these little surface dots on it. the alternative option had like fraying or something, I guess you could say, or a rough cut on the top edge here. I decided to go with this one instead. But I love this card. My strategy for the most part is I buy things that I like, buy cards that I would want in my collection because it allows me to talk about them passionately. And I buy things that, worst came to worst, I wouldn't mind keeping for myself. I've had a Griffey of these before, I've had a Bonds before. This is my first time owning a Jeter. So pretty cool one there. One that was excited to see. And then we move to the last one. And this one is why I'm recording this video right now at night, because it is going to be packaged up right after this video. And that was not the intention, but that's how it worked out. Most of you will know I'm a Lions fan, coming off what I will say is the biggest win of my life as a Lions fan on Thursday night against the Chiefs. Go on the road to Arrowhead, one of the toughest places to play, knock off Mahomes and the champs, and really set the tone for the season. This guy is my favorite player on the Lions currently. And behind, of course, Calvin and Barry, my favorite Lion, I would say he's moved into the number 3 spot already. And I'm hoping maybe he can even move up more, but it is Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is the rated rookie gold out of Optic. One that I got from my friend Justin. I saw this at the start of the show when I ran into him. And it was one of those, you ever go to a show and you see a card at the beginning and it kind of just sticks in your mind? That was this one for me. I came back. We talked for a little bit. I said, I want to see it. Took a look at it. Gave him an offer. He met me halfway from his asking price of my offer. And I shook his hand, paid the man, got him an Annie Ann's pretzel, and was on my way with my Amon-Ra St. Brown gold. That was my last purchase of the day. And I love everything about this guy. I want to add a couple. I would like to get a blue ice of his for my collection. I didn't buy this one for my collection. I bought it knowing that I would have to put it back out. But at the same time, it's one of those where I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get my number for this. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. And if I have to hold on to this thing forever, I don't mind, because I just really like St. Brown. And I mean, it's an Optic gold out of 10. Well, later in the day, I'm in a Discord that I'm in, and I'll go to post up the Van Jefferson just to see if there's anybody who bites on it the day before kickoff. Maybe some speculator wants to jump on it. And how I normally do it is I post up a front and back photo. I posted the front of this photo, but I was just doing it really quick, wasn't paying attention. And I post the back of the St. Brown because they kind of look similar. Well, somewhat. But I post them up, and I noticed I put up the wrong picture. I tried to take it down. Probably don't have this thing up for more than 30 or 45 seconds. And immediately, this dude sees the back of the Amon-Ra St. Brown, sees it's out of 10, and says, hey, post up that Amon-Ra. I get another DM. Hey, what Amon-Ra did you have? I'm like, all right, I'm going to put it up and we'll see what happens. I don't think anybody's going to bite. So I put it up at a number that was, I didn't know how it was going to go. You know, if someone wanted to say, I'll offer you this, and it was like 70% of what I was asking, nah, I'm not going to go for that. You know, this is a card that I'm going to be pretty stubborn with. And if someone wants to meet me at my number, then I'm going to have to say yes. I'm resigned to that fact, but I'm going to stick to my guns here. So I get an offer. It's about 70% of my asking price. I'm like, all right, they just want to see it. I don't think it's going to move. Well, about a couple seconds later, another offer comes in, $50 more than the last one. Okay, we're getting a little closer now. And then someone else outbids this guy. Someone else then comes in, offers even more. And this guy's really close. He's the first guy who asked about it. He's really close to what I was going to take for it. And I came back at him. I really didn't think he was going to go for it. I thought he was going to say, I'm going to hold at this price, or he was going to try to go in the middle of our two numbers. He was going to say, no, I'm firm here. I thought he was going to pass. And he said, he'll take it. And I was just stunned. I'm like, man, this unfolded in about 2 minutes, maybe, to move this card. And I was blown away. I can't say that I've ever accidentally sold a card before like that, but that's kind of what happened. And that's why I'm recording this video now. I wanted to make sure that I got this one on video because it's really cool. And I have pictures of it and everything, but I wanted to tell the story because, first of all, it's kind of a funny story, but also just so that I can kind of have it for myself as a little memory. Now, with the proceeds from this one, what I think I might do is I might, if the price isn't too insane, and that's kind of the big if here, I might go out and get a blue ice of him. I just need like a PSA 8 or 9. I'm not going to pay up for a 10. I don't need a 10. But I want a blue ice of him in my collection. It's 2021, so it doesn't go towards the set. But I don't really care because the blue ice with the Lions colors would look fantastic. And that way I can be happy. You know, I can say that I had this one, but I can have the blue ice and that one can stay with me and then stay in my collection. And that's kind of how I'm doing things right now, is that the card really speaks to me and I want to keep it in my collection, then I'm going to go for it outside of my sets, of course. You know, I'm having a ton of fun picking up stuff like this, and I can't tell you how exhilarating it was over, I mean, this is just a Luis Castillo blue refractor, but I can't tell you how excited I was to find that. And that was something that I've been missing for probably the better part of 2 years when I kind of strayed away from the super collecting side of things. But when I see someone like that, or I see a blue ice, those are the types of things I'm going to go for. And you know, once I get my blue ice, no accidental post of that. That's staying with me. That one's not going out in the showcase. That one's not going out anywhere else except for maybe to show off on Instagram and put up in my display. That's the only place it's going. So time to go track one down, right? But I'll be back later this week with a new video. Still working on a new basement find video and getting some footage for that. Don't know when that will be, but sometime soon. So till then, take care, stay safe, be kind.